New this morning, we are hearing about a heartbreaking case of potential elder abuse in our community, and this abuse was not physical, it was financial and emotional.
It starts with a man offering friendship and favors to older, vulnerable adults only to exploit his kindness for personal gain. Fox 13's Jennifer Lee looked into this situation, sharing what appears to be a pattern of abuse. And of course, the consequences are devastating. This is so sad.
Yeah, they really are, Liz and Bill. The betrayal felt by the person I spoke with is truly heartbreaking. We reached out to Issaquah police, who say there's currently one open investigation into the 54-year-old man after Adult Protective Services got involved.
Super nice guy, very outgoing, likes to talk to everybody.
Many in Issaquah will remember the longtime owner of Lewis Hardware.
Everybody knew him, and he helped everybody.
15 years have gone by since Steve White, or Homer, closed the store, but the 80-year-old's heart for helping others was exploited.
I didn't realize what he was doing until it was too late. I'll come out here and I'll clean up your yard. Does that look like it's clean? That's his junk there.
The ripped-up sidewalk, the pile of wood and tree limbs, the makeshift fence, and what Homer's stepsons call the stairway to nowhere.
So all this has to come down.
The family says this was all done by a man named Stephen Jeffrey Dempsey.
Could you tell me which one he is?
This one here, for sure.
So this is him?
Yes.
Homer's stepsons say Dempsey seemed harmless at first, offering to chop up a fallen tree in exchange for firewood.
He's very good at being everybody's friend, as a lot of people who do what he does are good at doing. They kind of, gain your trust right away that, okay, he's a decent person.
But the family says Dempsey started to show his true colors when he moved himself into Homer's home in mid-January.
And then there was a whole new bed made up. So at that point, and belonging, so at that point it was obvious somebody was staying there. And my brother asked my stepdad, he's not living here, is he? And my stepdad said, no, he's just sleeping here.
The brothers later learned their numbers were blocked from Homer's phone, and there were ATM withdrawals on Homer's debit card that were uncharacteristic.
According to my stepdad, he said he only gave Dempsey the debit card twice to go get food. And we had to tell him, we went through the bank records and said, look, no, he was up at the casino, Snoqualmie, drawing out money multiple times in the same day.
Bottom line, he's not a nice person.
Carol Sullivan thought she could trust Dempsey as well.
And he acts like he's going to do all this stuff for you, and, oh, let me do that. And then the next thing you know, he's taken from you.
The 74-year-old filed for a protection order against Dempsey last year, claiming he, quote, threatened to kill a dog they were watching, stabbed a friend of theirs on the forehead, and that he stole from them and brought stolen items to their place, including these rare old coins that had gone missing from Homer's house. Sullivan says she had to evict Dempsey at the end of 2021. Eviction was eventually the only option for Homer's family, too, after talking to Issaquah police, which led to another disturbing discovery.
Once we got him removed and we were able to get back in the house, we found my stepdad's pills that he has to take were kind of hidden in a back counter underneath some stuff, so he hadn't been taking them for probably the better part of a month.
Homer has been diagnosed with early stages of dementia, which Paige Ulrey says is common in elder abuse cases. She's dedicated the last 2 decades of her career as an elder abuse prosecutor in King County.
I think the 2 most common factors we see in people who are victimized are dementia and social isolation. Often we see gambling addictions and spending addictions as sort of driving the exploitation.
Ulrey says cases historically across the U.S. have been underreported and under-prosecuted. She says for every 1 case of elder abuse that occurs, another 23 never come to light.
The betrayal they feel is just incredibly devastating. And they also don't have the ability to get that money back. They can't start over again and get a new job and start saving.
We've talked with at least 1 other couple in Issaquah who say they were victims of Dempsey as well. So we asked the senior deputy prosecuting attorney when and how does a pattern of abuse end?
I would urge them to report it to the police. It's a crime to financially exploit someone. It's a crime to physically abuse someone, obviously, or abuse them in any way.
We tried to get a hold of Dempsey over the phone to hear his side of the story.
At the tone, please record your message.
Hello, this message is for Stephen Jeffrey Dempsey.
But he never returned our calls. Meantime, Homer's family has successfully filed for a 5-year vulnerable adult protection order against Dempsey.
If anybody has any vulnerable parents at home, really keep an eye on them and ask them questions, because there's other people out there like Dempsey that are trying to take advantage of people.
That's for being a nice guy.
We do want to point out that Dempsey is not facing any criminal charges right now. The senior prosecuting attorney says to make sure you're keeping strong connections with loved ones, because social isolation can play such a big role in these types of crime, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and there's got to be some signs that we can look out for as well, and for elder abuse, right?
Yeah, there certainly are. I spoke with Ulrich, so she says there are several that you can look out for. One of them is actually if your loved one all of a sudden has like a new best friend that they're spending all their time with, especially to the exclusion of, let's say, you or other close friends and family. Change in socializing, so this could be, your loved one goes to church every Sunday and all of a sudden they stop going, or let's say, they're part of an activity like Bridge Club, and all of a sudden they stop going to that. Also, a dramatic change in spending patterns, a decrease in self-care, including missed doctor's appointments, and a new power of attorney. And, we're going to have...
a big red flag.
Exactly. Yep. And, we have a lot more resources available for people who are interested in learning more about how to protect their loved ones.
Such an important conversation.
Yeah, Jen,
Jennifer Lee,
thank you. Good to have you here.